Hoy! What's up YouTube? Ang nga pala si Crazy Ivan. Welcome to my channel. So, kung napapansin nyo, bago yung setup natin, nilagay ko na dito sa gilid. Yan. Gilid kasi nga para mas nakikita nyo yung mga nangyayari. Kasi may gusto daw na medyo lakayan ko pa daw yung pinapanood ko. So, ganito na lang nilagay ko sa gilid. Yan. Bago lang yung setup ko. So, ito. Top 10 Scariest Japanese Ghost Videos. The Paranormal Man. So, subscribe kayo sa kanya. Mahaba to, 23 minutes.
So, huwag natin ito patagalin. Kung gusto niyo pa ng maraming video, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's G.
Init
Hello everyone, this is the Paranormal Man, and in today's video, we'll be looking at the top 10 scariest Japanese ghost videos. I have to give a disclaimer that number 1 may be disturbing to some viewers and has driven people to insanity. I also want to give a shout out to the YouTube channel Megami INE, as some of the clips I couldn't find outside her channel. I'll leave a link in the description to her channel down below. With that in mind, let us begin.
Nakakatakot naman yung background music na ito.
In this first clip, we follow a pair of investigators exploring a supposed abandoned house.
Nakakatakot yung mga ganito, yung mga di ba napanood nyo na yung mga Japanese yokai, yung mga blurred. Nakakatakot yung mga basta mga Japanese ghost talaga. Mga creepy pa yung mga nilalabas nilang video.
At the start of the investigation, nothing seems too out of place. But something happens that really catches their interest.
Sabi ko na nga ba, blurred na naman eh. Meron dito. Putulan sila ng ilaw. Ayun, gumana ang bumbilya. Blurred yung mukha ng babae. Inulit pa. Bakit? Ano meron?
There is still running electricity in the supposed abandoned house. This piques their curiosity even more, and as they continue, the male investigator spots a floorboard that leads to the underside of the house. When he investigates, he catches something quite unnerving.
Nangyari. Walang subtitle. Maintindihan. Maingay Hoy! Tama, mama!
It looks like a white robe is staring down at him with a menace.
Visit kang babae, ka ba, white lady ka ba? Ina mo. Sabi ko na eh.
Glare. It's almost as if she's about to attack him. What do you think? Real ghost sighting?
Masasapak talaga kita ng di oras.
Let me know.
Tumayo yung bangs ko. Nakatitig ka pa sa akin. Huwag ka naman tumitig ng ganyan. Hindi nakakatinitingnan eh. Number 10 pa lang yun Number 10 pa lang. Masyado naman kayo mainit, mga pre.
So there isn't a whole lot of background on this.
Ito naman, number 9.
It starts with the sound of a dish shattering in the kitchen of a couple's home. While the man investigates, the woman records everything on their camera. When another object falls over, she decides to explore some of the
Mga
other rooms to
Japanese
see if she
talaga to
can
eh.
catch anything. After a while of nothing happening, the couple decides to brush it off for a moment. And then this happens.
Mag-isa pa naman ako dito sa baba. Nasa taas sila eh. Visit. Ano yun?
Did you see it? At the top of the stairwell stands a figure at the top of the stairs and
Ayun.
looks down at the couple. They
Buti na
decide
lang
to
di ako
leave that
masyadong
house at that moment, and I can
Hindi ko
honestly
nakita kaya
say
di
I
ako
don't blame
nagulat.
them. It may also be my imagination, but when the woman first started checking the rooms, I saw what looked like the apparition of a little girl looking into the house from an adjoining building. But I leave it up to you, real or
Nakatakot
hoax.
naman itong mga Japanese ghost na to. I mean, number 8. Yan, number 8. Init.
In this next clip, we have two friends exploring an abandoned hospital. When they first start, nothing unusual happens. They find some old medicines in one of the cabinet holders and just assume that that's the height of their investigation. They prepare to leave when this happens.
Ano mo? Demonyo yung boses mo, pre. Woohoo!
As the cameraman scrolls to the door with a window, he spots a figure looking in on them as they finish up. I guess she wanted to make some kind of impression on
Kanina
them.
pa to, white lady ba to?
Let me know
Kanina
what you
pa to
guys
nagpaparamdam. Papunta pa lang tayo sa exciting part. Wala pa sa number 1 yan ah.
This next clip shows two friends
Masali.
exploring an abandoned schoolhouse alone. At first, everything seems normal, with both of them laughing off the random sounds they're hearing. But then, they capture something interesting.
Nakabahan ako. Nakakabahan ako, men. Nakakabahan ako ah.
What appears to be a child's face is sticking out of the other end of a wall with a
Tragis.
terrifying look to him. Now I'm a bit skeptical about this clip in particular, as it's something that can be easily faked. The actions of the investigators, combined with the terrifying look on the child's face, is enough to send chills down my
Kung
spine.
nasa harap kita,
That's why
kung ikaw bumungad sa harap ko, sinuntok na yung bunganga mo dyan ng nabutas. Visit ka.
I included it. But let me know what you think.
Totoo ba to? Painting?
Real or hoax?
Ano, parang drawing pero nakakatakot siya eh. Tingnan nyo naman yung tsura oh. Tana, ba't parang pag alam ko nang magugulat ako, hindi ko pa ina-advance na magugulat ako. Kasi biglaan kasi sumusulpot eh.
In this
Kaya
next
ko pa
clip,
to.
we see a couple of friends walking
Number
across a
6 pa
bridge
lang.
late at night. Though I'm not sure if they were just out for a late night walk.
Pasensya
or
na
to see
ha
if they can
kung
catch something
nagmumura ako,
paranormal.
hindi ko
It's a bit
napipigilan.
strange to see nonetheless. As they continue to walk, the woman with the camera scrolls to her partner and finds they aren't alone.
Ako lang kasi mag-isa dito eh. Ganito pa pinapanood ko eh. Content pabor. Oh. Nasa tulay yan. Kako. May
A figure
nahulog.
of a woman can be seen by the camera falling from the bridge. Concerned, the young lady checks on her to see if she's okay. But this is a question she'll soon be asked.
Kinakabilutan ako. Mama. Huwag ka na akong ganyan.
The same apparition pokes its head from under the bridge and gives the poor woman the scare of her life. Her partner checks in on her to see if she is the one that's alright. As always, I leave it to you. Real or hoax? Let me know.
Number 5. Hinga muna kayo ng malalim, sabayan nyo ako.
This next clip shows 4 friends eating at a ramen shop. After they finish eating, they head back to their apartment for some more fun. After they get on the elevator, however, their fun is soon cut short.
Eskwelahan to kasi maraming tao eh. Puro estudyante. Sumakay sila ng hindi pala school ba to? Sumakay sila ng elevator. Ilan sila? 4? 4 siguro. Parang alam ko na to. Sabi ko na. Ay, mga ganyan.
Did you see it? As the elevator goes up, a mysterious girl is seen standing in front of one of the floor's doors and scares the friends.
Nag-uusap kasi yung dalawang lalaki dyan sa harap, kaya magkatinginan sila, hindi nila napansin. Yung nagbibideo, napansin niya yun. Posibleng hindi.
On the elevator and see if they can catch the same figure. When they pass by the same floor, there was nothing there. When I first saw this video, it was at this point I felt it was a one-trick pony video, and that nothing else would happen. But I decided to stay and finish it, and I'm glad I did. After coming up short, the guys get back on the elevator to go back to their floor. As the guys start to exit the elevator, this.
Meron pa to? Hoy! Sinusundan na kayo, hindi nyo pa alam?
Again, I must ask,
Ayoko tignan,
did you
men.
see it? As the man in the white vest exits the elevator, the strange figure of a woman appears behind him, and the cameraman falls to the floor in fear. When you take a look at the 2 figures back to
Pero in
back,
fairness, ang
they are
ganda ng multo
identical.
na yun, oh.
In
Magkaparehas
addition,
na sila.
just
Short
before
hair
they take
sila
the elevator
parehas.
back up, you can clearly see that there isn't anyone behind the man in the white vest before they go up. So I leave it once again to you. Real
Or
or a
not.
very elaborate hoax?
Real or
Let me
not.
know.
Number 4. Kaya ko pa to.
In this next clip, we see 2 friends at a phone booth making a call. Since I don't speak Japanese, I have no idea what they're saying. But judging by the nervousness of the caller and the razzing of the one with the camera, my guess is that the caller is calling a girl. He picks up the phone to dial, but instead of a lovely lady's voice on the other end, this.
本当に入れた。マジで本当に入れなかった。
Alam ko nga.
ね
Nakakagulat eh.
手震えてきた。ねお前本当やめとけ。お前本当やめとけ。うわー気持ち悪い。何なんだか来てんの。わかるかな。いやこれ絶対わかんないから。絶対わかんない。もうなんだかおいおいおいおい。マジで。出た。ちょっとな。
Ba't
やめろ。
naka-blurred kasi tinatakpan mo?
変な声聞いて。変な声本当に。なんだけど。
Ano yan? Payphone yan, di ba? Payphone.
でもお前嘘つけお前嘘嘘何気持ち悪いやばいやばいやばいうわもう無理だお前も無理だ
A strange, otherworldly sound can be heard on the other end, but these friends soon find that that's the least of their problems.
いやもう見てねこれマジもうちょっともういいじゃんもう今すぐだしもう帰る帰ろよもうおい帰ろよおい
When the cameraman steps outside to regain his composure, he pans the camera and sees some haunting figures staring them down. The cameraman decides to run away, but as you can see here, it was a futile effort. However, this all could have been a well-planned hoax. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.
Ang bilis eh. Ano, parang si Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. Number 3.
This clip shows a group of guys following a woman who is walking like she is in a trance.
Anong trip ko
Regardless
sa
of
buhay
what
niya?
their
Ba't niya
intention
sinusundan yung
was,
babae?
it soon wouldn't matter. As the men continue to follow her into a building, they
Tarantado
start to
talaga
become
kayo.
nervous as to what's waiting for them.
Lakas
After
ang
about
trip
a minute
nito.
or two, they come across the girl who they were following. But something had frightened her so much that she didn't even have the time to think about what these guys are doing here. The men decide to stay and investigate what the girl was doing there. It's a decision that they'll regret. After a few moments of searching, they come across a room with some unusual arts and crafts. After a few moments of looking around, the cameraman captures this.
サインだって言ったじゃん。やばいやばい。とりあえずやばいやばいやばいやばい。マジやばい。これでね、言うこととか。ちょっといいから早く行こうって。強すぎですね。で、あの女どこだよ。え？次こ次。次っしょ。オッケーオッケー。奥ちょっと行こう。やばいやばい。
Tao ba yun? Uy! Hayop! Tingnan nyo! Parang si Sadako, gumapang bigla.
Did you see it? As the cameraman looks into a glass window, an apparition can be seen looking at them. The cameraman falls backwards only to then show a more transparent figure charge at them on all fours. After this, the three men get out of there quickly. So 2 questions I have are,
Hindi na ako magugulat. Hindi na ako magugulat.
The other
Last
is
two na to,
real
last two.
or hoax.
Oh,
Let me know what you think.
hindi na ako magugulat, lalo na sa number 1. I swear. Kala nyo, alam ko na yung mga yan. Hindi ako magugulat. Tapang-tapang ko eh. Excuse me.
This next clip features 2 friends walking through a park together late at night. At first, it's innocent enough, with nothing going on. They're just walking along the park, talking, laughing, having a good time. But after a while, this happens.
何も見えない。あんま見てない。
いやいやいや。
あんま見てない。さらっと。
全然いるけど。
Gabi yan.
嘘でしょ？無理無理無理無理。
Ganda na itong babae oh. Koreana
す
siguro.
ごいね。すごいね。
マジ
そうほら。
うわ。
ね。
Parang naka night vision.
うわ。
Ang dilim kasi.
どうする？幽霊出たら真おじ逃げっかんね。
Ang dilim. Malabo lang talaga yung camera niya.
あれ？あるか？
Ay! Ano, wala yung, kasama niya. Saan na yung babae?
あるか？
Ano, nawala. Okay.
The woman seems to have just vanished,
Ano,
and her
biglang
friend is
nawala yung
very
babae.
concerned. He decides to explore the park to find her. He eventually happens upon a public bathroom and takes a peek in there, and while he didn't find his friend, it didn't mean he was alone.
nangyari dun? Sino yung babae? Kumakarengkeng din dun ah.
I must admit, I was very confused when I first watched this, and understandably so.
Dun, ayun, oh.
At first, I didn't know if this was his
Parang
friend or an
sumasayaw.
evil spirit that
Oh,
was trying to cross
sinasapian.
over into our plane from a
Biglang
bathroom
nawala.
mirror.
Ang tanong,
It's
saan
chilling
napunta?
nonetheless. Eventually, after he leaves the bathroom, he meets up with
Sayang,
his
ganda
friend.
mo pa naman.
The question
Kaso
remains,
kinuha ka lang ng
what was in-
maligno. Kaya tignan yan. Bahala ka dyan. Magwala ka mag-isa mo. Ito na. Last one. Hingang malalim. Inhale. Exhale. SG.
So I mentioned that this video has been known to drive people to insanity.
Reporter.
So if you made it this far, buckle up for
Haunted
this
house to.
finale.
Building.
A TV news
Haunted
crew is
building.
doing a report on an abandoned hospital that has a dark history of possible illegal procedures done on some of the patients. It is said that when people go down there to take pictures, that they can capture apparitions of the negatives or digital photos that were taken. At the start of the report, the
Alatang
reporter is
luma
doing
na
an
eh, no?
interview with a man
Nasa
who had
edit
braved the hospital with some friends. According to him, he was so terrified by what he found that he dropped his camera and
Nag-ano
was too
sila,
scared to
nag-ghost
go back
hunting
for
sila
it.
dun sa building
In
na
another
yun, tapos
interview,
may
the
nangyari.
man said that he
Hindi niya
saw
na
some sort
matandaan
of a
kung
red
anong
figure that he
nangyari.
couldn't
Kasi daw yung
identify.
camera niya
With these two
bumagsak, tapos di niya na alam, nabagok siya.
statements in mind, the news crew discovers that they have been given special permission to enter the hospital to investigate themselves and to take
We're
pictures. Shortly after they go into the hospital, the reporter finds a camera lying by one of the hospital
Yun,
beds.
hinahanap nila yung
The camera
camera.
left behind by the first interviewer, perhaps? She starts to scroll through some of the pictures, and what happens next sends her spiraling.
Bakit?
Did you see it? As the reporter screams, the camera pans up to an adjacent mirror on the wall, and we see what she saw. In the reflection of that mirror stands an apparition wearing nurse's
Hindi ko masya-
clothing, staring with an insidious glare back at the news crew. As the rest of the team
Ayun.
tends to the
Kaya pala
reporter,
sumigaw yung
the cameraman
reporter na
decides to
babae.
continue further on his own. It's a decision that he'll soon regret. As he approaches an
Talagang may
empty room
multo
across
talaga
the
dyan sa
hall
ano
from
na
an
yung
adjacent
building na yan.
mirror, this.
Tinuloy pa rin nila. Ano ba't ang daming tao? Kaki. Wala namang tao sa likod. May salamin? Oh?
From an empty room across the hall,
Buti
ghostly
na lang,
apparitions of
alerto ako.
doctors appear on the mirror. Soon after, the cameraman captures what looks like some sort of a red figure on the camera. The red figure that the second interviewer mentioned? I leave it to you to decide. Real or a very
Pilitos.
elaborate hoax. And that was the top 10 scariest Japanese ghost videos.
Wow.
Thank you all for watching.
Hey! Yon, natapos na natin. Doon ako nagulat talaga sa ano, yung parang drawing na nakaganon. Doon ako talaga pinaka nakakagulat eh. Kasi na-imagine ko yung napanood ko dati na Sadako, kung alam niyo yun. Meron kasing bata doon na ano, batang maputi talaga, puting-puti, tas yung itsura niya ganun na ganun, tas black yung dito sa paligid ng bata. Tapos biglang ganga. Ganun yung mga itsura ng ano, Sadako eh. Tas basta yun, kung alam niyo yun. Whew! Nakahinga na rin ng laban. So, kung gusto niyo pa ng mga gantong video, like, comment, and subscribe nyo na yan. Kung ikaw, 97% na nanonood sa akin, di nakasubscribe. Ano ba naman kayo? Subscribe nyo na yan. Tulungan nyo ako. Road to 1K na tayo. Magpapag-giveaway talaga ako. ng ano ba maganda? Gravy siguro. Masarap kasi yun. Favorite ko yun. Hindi, joke lang. So, maraming salamat sa panonood hanggang sa muli. Peace.